Well, there's always that chorus that suggests that all ends well. And I think for some, for Angelica Medoro, the opera does end well. It ends very well. They are together, and they hopefully should be happy. I think for Dorinda, she's lost out on Medoro, but I think her chance will come. She's a very nice young lady. And Zoroastro believes he's done an amazing job hearing Orlando. So the only doubtful character really is Orlando, which is where you make up your own mind, I guess.
Well, how do you find Orlando? Now, you've undertaken a great deal of Handel repertoire.
Yeah.
How do you find Orlando, the role itself?
Well, it's by far the most challenging Handel role I've ever sung. I mean, compared to Caesar seems a breeze compared to this. The tessitura is very low for a countertenor. Just the sheer volume of music when the role is uncut is huge. I mean, I think there's 11 aria movements for Orlando. And you can sort of see why the famous Castrati Senesino, after he received this role from Handel, was his cue to quit Handel's company. It's almost the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, it is that challenging, I think. But I sang the role in 2009.
Did Caristini do this role? It was Senesino, not Caristini.
Senesino, yeah, Senesino.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but I sang this role 2 years ago in Chicago, and coming back to it with the 2-year break, it already feels a much more happy sing. But it's definitely a challenge, and you can't switch off for any of the 3 hours.
I'm sorry, you just sang this where? Did you say?
In Chicago Opera Theatre.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
At the Lyric Opera?
No, at Chicago Opera Theatre.
Oh, I see. Well, the Lyric will have to do something about that. Actually, well, that really is very telling about Orlando, that you would put it above a work that most people, North American audiences in particular, regard Caesar as an ultimate piece.
Well, I think Caesar is a masterpiece. I mean, there's no question, and it's every single aria in Caesar is brilliant. And I don't say that lightly, having sung far too many Handel operas, maybe. But for me, technically wise, Orlando is a much greater vocal challenge.
Let's move away from the work itself in Handel. You also undertake Cavalli. Would you say that the things that you're looking at are from the Baroque period? I assume that this voice, your vocal instrument, this is when most of your parts were written.
Yeah, I mean, my primary opera composers will be Monteverdi, Cavalli, Handel, and a little bit of early Mozart as well. I
was just going to say, Mozart did some composing for that vocal range.
Yeah, you've got a nice role in Mitridate, and there's another role in Apollo. There is one more. Ascanio and Alba, you sing the title role in that. So they feel very different as a countertenor when you've been in Handel mode all season. To sing a Mozart opera feels very, very different.
Now wait a minute. Now what about Italian composers? I'm thinking Cherubini did some work for that vocal range. Am I not correct in that?
I'm not actually quite sure, so I can't tell you.
And what if Gluck was there?
Yeah, Gluck. You obviously have. David Daniels sings Orfeo and Euridice regularly. I mean, yeah, that is a role that we do sing, and it's a great role for us.
Are you considering such a repertoire?
Well, I have sung the Gluck once. I sang it in concert in Hamburg when I was, I think 24. I stepped in for someone very late notice. So I have had a go at that role, and it's certainly one that I'd like to do in the future.
It was comfortable for you?
Yeah, it lies on the higher side, but it's not too high. So yeah, it does feel good. But it's another very, very lengthy role. It requires a great deal of stamina and pacing.
Well, I understand that you're going to be releasing some discs this year. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. I've got one coming up in the next month or so, which is Bach, Matthew Passion, which is my first recording of that piece, which will be out on the Channel Classics label. And then later in the year, I've got a recital disc of Brahms' Liebeslieder, which is, I believe, a world first for countertenor recording that piece. So hopefully that will be exciting.
Well, and these are going to be, I assume, mass marketed.
Yes, I should have said.
I'm happy to review any of them.
Okay.
Send them my way.
Will.
Well, look, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, because I recognize it was very thoughtful of you to take the time to speak with us the night before Prima, and you would like to rest your voice. I thank you so very much for taking the time, and I'm sure my readers are going to look into this interview with great interest. Thank you again, and in bocca al lupo for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
All right, you have a nice evening.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.